Hello, I'm Stephen. First off, I want to thank Alvin Chow and the piano department, the conservatory, and the college for letting us have this day. Benny, my son here, you can relate to this. When I was little, I was forced to come to this very hall to watch my dad's concerts. Most of the time I was bored and I usually fell asleep. And as I grew a bit older, I learned not only to look forward to those concerts, but really appreciate and enjoy them. I would hang on every note my dad played. I would count the errors or mistakes he made. Of course, there were usually only one or two, maybe three the whole evening, but I'd catch them. And most of the time, my dad was pretty perfect. When given the choice for me to learn piano, well, there was no way I wanted to live under that shadow of one of the greats, and never wanted to be compared to how good he was. So I took up the guitar instead, and that eventually evolved into pretty much me being able to play everything with strings, plucked or bowed, which is what I do as a profession now. That's why when we asked our 5-year-old at the time, he's now almost 7, what he wanted to learn, what instrument he wanted to learn, he said, trumpet. We asked, why trumpet? Because Daddy doesn't play it. I totally made sense to me. My dad hardly ever practiced at home. I think we were too distracting for him, or maybe he didn't want to bother us. And he had a studio to go to here at the conservatory. He usually only played at home when we had a party or my mom wanted to sing something, and he'd accompany her. Sometimes when I was a bit older, maybe in middle school, I'd stand outside of his office and listen to him practice the same 2 or 4 bar segment over and over until he got it perfect. I'd wait for a break, and I'd knock and ask him for some money to go get something at Gibson's or Ben Franklin's, and he always obliged. My dad instilled the love of music in me, also a desire to keep learning about the world and how it worked. Science, philosophy, nature, murder mysteries, these were his passions. He often said if he hadn't been forced into being a musician, which his mom made him practice hours a day from the time he was very young, that he would have gone into some sort of science or physics or something like that. He truly loved learning about these things and learning how the world works. His other passions were reading, which he did more than pretty much anyone I've ever known. Crossword puzzles, which I've become to appreciate. He taught us to respect all people, no matter what their backgrounds. He taught me how to appreciate the little things in life. Days spent with family and friends, going to the beach or museums, and listening to music. But most, I think he taught me by an example how to be a good father, which I'm most grateful for. I think becoming a grandfather to my son Benny was one of his proudest moments. I'm glad I was able to experience that. He was able to experience that and get to know Benny as he's growing up. I only hope I could be as good a father as he was to me. Thank you.